Young people from curious minds are keen to see change in Ghana, Africa, and the world at large as far as youth empowerment and development is concerned. Having access to the state broadcaster, the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation's regional FM station Unique 95.7, they pour issues that keep burning onto the airwaves. The program, dubbed Gems of Our Time, airs every Saturday at 16:05 hours GMT and is live on the internet at www.gbcghana.com. In this edition of the program, they examine whether young people's issues are a national priority. Here are excerpts of the discussion.
Station Unique 95.7 FM. We are live from Kanda online at www.gbcghana.com. You can join our online discussions right now. Lily, very busy interacting with our friends online. And I know for some time now, Selassie, you've been prompting me that you want to say something. What do you think about the state of the Ghanaian youth?
The picture is not gloomy at all. My only problem at hand, I would be with Adelaide in terms of being in the middle, and bringing young people on board, whereby they are training them and educating them.
What did this guy study, the founder of Facebook? What did he study in the university? He is doing exactly what he went to university to do. So if somebody will go and study, excuse me, I'm not saying dance is bad. If you go and you study dance and you come back and you won't find yourself doing anything because they've not created enough opportunity for people who studied dancing in school to come and add their quota to it, then, excuse my language, then I would say it is just sheer waste of time.
So how has the Ghanaian young person himself contributed to the present situation we have at hand?
The point is, we've been so marvelous in the sense that we accept everything that comes our way. It's unfortunate, but in Ghana, it seems like we sit down and wait for things to get to us. Though our system do not allow us to do all of this. And for instance, you're a young person, you want to do this. Hey, since the days of old, nobody attempts this. Well, I mean, this is not the normal way we do things. You just can't do it that way. And the only reason is because you're a young person. But imagine, we've had daring people who are still dead, and they've gone through with it.
The status
yes,
quo.
so it's like we just sit and we are waiting for things to happen to us. And unfortunately, things don't go that way.
Emmanuel prompts me that he wants to come in. But Emma, is it not easy to play the blame game? Are we not always engaged in that battle? Always blaming other people for our predicament?
I think it's so. We always blame them because we leaders, if you look at it from the Europe country, leaders achieve it more when they are young. All those who have made it so much, just look at their background. Consider they achieved more when they are young because they were motivated as, if I achieve when I'm young, I'll be given a responsible position in the near future when I grow up. That is the attitude you're supposed to put into the minds of Ghanaians youth. The fact that I have to blame the Ghanaian youth that they also lack so much that you have to take up something. If you take up something, we see that we are going. I'm going to push you.
I like the way the discussion is going, but I will look at it from three perspectives. That is space for the youth of Ghana. The second will be about our leadership from the universities or the institutions that we have. And the next one will be teamwork. Talking about space from the beginning, we will say that leaders have not created enough space for us to move. I'll give a typical example. Some few friends of mine, where we put a team together, we want to go into farming. We have some Israelis who want to come in. We move on, we started something, then we'll record again that we can't go on because the people who give us the land did not consult the rest of the family members. The Israelis agreed to come down, but they had to call it off.
I believe we ourselves, we are to be blamed.
It looks like we have a lot of good policies on policy-wise or on paper, if you like, but we may not necessarily have reached that stage with implementation. I know through some of the things we've been involved in as Curious Minds that various African countries send delegations month after month to come and study what we are doing in Ghana, and they go and they even implement to a rate that ours can't higher than,
and
that shows that at least maybe on a policy level we have something that we can really improve. I think that when you talk about youth development, you need to look at it from three perspectives, at least as the challenges exist now. I think the first one is education, because if we have quality education, it cuts across all the challenges that we have as young people. So that is extremely important. So you and I know that we have certain challenges in terms of whether young people are getting education that prepares them for the job market, whether it teaches them to be innovative, whether this education that we are receiving now can help us really move our countries from the stage of development it is now to where it is we want it to go. So education is a big problem. You can say the same for health as well, where we are nowhere near the benchmarks we've set for ourselves. The third aspect, which is probably more pressing for many young people now, is employment. And as far as we do not put a lot of emphasis on giving young people the capacity. One thing I liked about the National Youth Employment Scheme was that in the beginning I understood that it was supposed to give these young people skills so that they become employable. Unfortunately, I think still we are seeing it as, you know, a place where we provide employment. So I get into the scheme and then I am expecting or hoping to stay there for 10 years or so. But at the end of the day, the young people should get skills that makes them useful in other places.
We have Felix Ali from Accra. He's saying that the environment is there, and if young people do not find ways to spark up their ideas into realities, then there's no big company who is going to pay attention to your spoken skills. And he also says that those in power just keep saying we believe in the youth, but then they do not actually give ears to them. Then there's no way forward. John Awache is saying that when youth are developed, the country also gets developed, but he doesn't see it as a priority movement. We have Fred Nyako from La. He's also saying that not at all. It is as if the government does not care about us, and as he's talking about young people. A typical issue, he says, is the polytechnic case. And Joseph Podo from Tema is also saying that no one cares for the youth except the youth themselves.
And now ask me if young people can do it, and I'll refer you to the young people in Cairo. I'll refer you to the young people in Libya, those ones who toppled various governments. And I will also refer you to the young people even in our own country, those young people who have been in areas like Hohoi and the things they are doing. So ask me if young people can do it, and I can refer you to many more young people, even the Mark Zuckerberg. So how can we do something differently from what we keep doing here so we can achieve the right results?
For instance, the thing about entertainment, young people loving entertainment. We love entertainment. We can't do without it. But I think that as young people, we should not just look at what we'll get and then that'll be it. We should also look at things that when they are done would go a long way to affect us, even to their leadership. Like you're saying, if we have our youth in sports, I mean, give just a little of their time and money to issues of young people, I think we'll go a long way. So we should, as young people, get more involved in things that will benefit us.
People need to be interested in their own development. We need to show our own initiative. The panacea to all the problems you are faced with will not be just because somebody else has decided to get us involved or help our development. We, with the basic education we receive, owe ourselves and our future and our country all that we can do.
It's been another edition of Gems of Our Time. We've been discussing youth development in Ghana, and I'm telling you that young people can do it wherever they find themselves. So if we have a holistic development, we can tap every single talent that thrives in our young people in this country.
You can connect with us on Twitter or like our Facebook page.